Hi-Fairnessee means friendly and gracious. That started in 1931 at Corpus Christi High, now which is Roy Miller High School, and that's why we wear purple and gold, because we kept that tradition. And what it has meant to me, well, when I was in it, it was more of a social kind of club. We got together with other clubs and had our fundraisers that way. Well, then after I got out, all the clubs sizzled, and Hi-Fairnessee was the only one standing. They now are community-based, and well, that's where I fit right in, because then we now, with the girls, go to Sitco or cleanups, or we just evolve ourselves around the community and whatever it might be, a need of food, clothing for veterans, anything, we're there.
So how has it helped you either connect or reconnect with your Hispanic culture?
Oh, reconnect. Well, reconnect definitely with my Hispanic culture, because Hi-Fairnessee started as Hispanics. Hispanics had nothing to do back in the day, so they started that, and it started co-ed, to be honest with you, and that didn't work. So then they just did the girls. So we definitely reconnect, because with that being said, we're also involved in anything to help our Hispanic culture. Okay, because unfortunately, they are in more need, the children. So we definitely are looking in the Title I schools, and we go into there and we get them their Christmas gifts and things like that. So that part I was never a part of, and which I've learned that Corpus Christi really needs a lot of help, unfortunately, but fortunately that we're there.
That's the thing. So born in the 30s, there's still a need that continues through all these years, and you see it evolve. And we see the next generation right here. What does it mean to see the torch passed over, and then one day you'll do what she's doing and helping other young girls?
Mm-hmm. It's the greatest feeling on earth to see the girls come in and then want to do, and then they leave and they still want to do, and they grow like Alexandria. She has grown so much, and now she is definitely a very big part of our community, because that's all she wants to do is help our community.
Do you feel that? Do you feel that sense?
Absolutely. I've always grown such a strong love for my community, and starting off as a freshman, I was very closed off and did not feel like going out of my shell. So joining the Hi-Fairnessee Girls Club was really a step into the path that I wanted to take into not only fixing my mental health but also my personal growth, and just trying to put myself out there and to learn to be okay with not only my Hispanic culture, but me in general.
Do you see that in other young women like that were similar to you? You say mental health. You're talking about you were shy, kind of quiet, didn't feel like you could express yourself or that you had a voice?
Absolutely. So joining the Hi-Fairnessee Girls Club really taught me how to express my opinion and be able to talk to people. I wasn't able to socialize with people before. I was never wanting to be out of my room, and I always wanted to just be upstairs and not talk to anyone. But being in the Hi-Fairnessee Girls Club, I slowly started coming out of my shell and wanting to talk to people, wanting to go out and do things. So seeing my little sister, like for example, Michaela San Miguel, she has grown tremendously. She was also in the same boat for me. She's a little shy, but as she joined the Hi-Fairnessee Girls Club, she just came out of her shell, and seeing that as an older sister just makes me so proud, and I want other little girls to experience that.
So it helped you find your voice.
Absolutely.
And how exactly did it help you do that? Was it because of the friendships you built, or some of maybe the lessons that you've learned? Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so Hi-Fairnessee, I gained a lot of friendships. My first year, I still talk to the seniors in that year, so they're really a close bond that you make being in the part of the Hi-Fairnessee Girls Club. It's a sisterhood. It truly is. It's like a second family, and having that second family and that second support system really shapes you to being more confident in yourself, and just having that support system is really good for you.
How much of that do you credit to what you want to do next, and that's go to A&M University Kingsville and get into engineering there?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So going into that, I would never expected that I would want to be a part of engineering or anything my freshman year, because just being closed off and not wanting to do anything, I had no intention of what I had no idea what I wanted to do. But going and joining the Hi-Fairnessee Girls Club and other organizations have really pushed me into being more dedicated for my future and having a more set plan for what I want to do in life and how to express that with the girls that join the club as well.
They also get to meet so many people and mentors that also makes them get out of their shells, because all this community service that we do, they meet people like you all, like the people at Citgo, like the people at the Housing Authority. So they're forced to talk to these people. And then not only that, but then they gain people that they can talk to about college, Kingsville and A&M, we meet with them. So they get to meet all these people, which we don't actually tell you you're learning, but you're learning how to talk, and esteem, your self-esteem. So it teaches without knowing they're learning.
When you were coming up to this, did you ever imagine it would grow, Hi-Fairnessee would grow into what it has become? Because that's the thing, the options that you had back then. My wife came in from Mexico, and she felt that there was nobody else that spoke like her. But she couldn't communicate what she wanted with others.
I would have never thought it would have lasted 94 years now. I was in it with the 49th, 50th, and 51st. And did I ever think my daughter would be in there? Did I ever think my daughter would be president? No. But seeing it evolve all this time, and why we're the only ones standing, because like I said, when I was in the club, there was several other clubs, like 20, 25 clubs, and all of a sudden they all just phased out my senior year, and we had nothing to do, so we had to go to the community service. And to see it now in the 94th, this is my biggest passion, because it sticks here. And I could give away all my community services, but I'd never give up this one. Not yet.
Why do you think it's lasted so long? 94 years, that's amazing.
The secret
What's
recipe.
the secret, right?
Tradition. We go to monthly mass, and we have opened ourselves to, it used to be just Catholic based, but now we're very diverse. You don't have to be Hispanic, you just have to be Christian. So we go to monthly mass, we have our monthly meetings, but it's the passion of the girls. It has to be that, and that there is such a strong tradition, and we've had to change, and that was my hardest part, change, because it's like, well, we didn't used to do it like that, but it changes. But we've kept the values of the Hi-Fairnessee.
I think being a voice for I really want our generation to be more vocal and knowing what's going on in our political era, what's going on in politics right now. It's important to know that our generation is informed about what is going on and not just obsessed with what is coming out on TikTok or what's on Twitter. So it's important to be able to have a voice, and I'm very grateful to have that voice and making sure to keep others informed.
And try not to listen to social media, because social media can confuse the heck out of you. It does me. I'm thinking, did that really happen? And then I do my fact checks, and of course it didn't.
And then you watch Channel 3. And
and then I watch, and then I said, oh, okay, let me turn on my favorite TV. News.